Welcome back to Tactics and Trends with the Bold. That's the big one. That's the season wrapper for the PSL. It's Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates down in Bombela. Orlando Pirates, the defending champions of the Nedbank Cup, of course. Moving right along, Amafen Days. That's where you stand an opportunity to win up to 200,000 in terms of prizes. Go down to Loftus Stadium and stand your chance to score a penalty against one of the superstars from 161. It's the big one down at Orlando. Orlando Pirates hosting SuperSport United. When you're looking at the last 5 games between the two teams, it's 2 wins for Orlando Pirates, 2 wins for SuperSport, and the other game was drawn. Sia, when you're looking at these two teams, Orlando Pirates still have Champions League to fight for. SuperSport United want to finish as high as possible. Looking at this game and the tactics that the two coaches are going to use, what are you anticipating?
Well, we're anticipating a bit of consistency when it comes to an Orlando Pirates team because of how they've been doing. So we're not expecting a lot of changes, even though they lost the last 2 games, but they still trust in their setup and the players that they've employed. With the Mabasa up front, Mufukeng just on the left, Maswangai in that 10 position, and Dlamini, who in most cases actually doubles up with Emma Swangai as a double 10. And because you also, there's always an interchange between the two, Phumudzo, and Swangai also operates this side. So it doesn't matter who's where. And the two, Bata and Mahaula working hand in hand in cooperation with the 2 center backs, which is Nda as well as Sesane, for this area here to be locked up, especially when it comes to rest defense. We'll see that in the clip later on. Now these 2 bombarding forward, that is Munyane and Hoto, can have that allowance because of that block that we've highlighted that is being used by Orlando Pirates. Where you find also a Tito, when it drops like this, there's the Munyane then comes in. He doesn't always stay in the line like that. He comes in depending on where play is. Also a Hoto, because you're finding him coming into these positions as well. Sometimes you find him here and also spread out wide at times.
Still no place for Saleng in your starting 11? Still no place for a Miguel team in your starting 11, CRY?
I think the coach is looking at what works as a combination because Saleng gives you that individual quality mostly of just adding that little quality on the top in the game and being a match winner in most cases, individually so. And I think these players, if you look at Mufukeng, if you look at Dlamini, if you look at Maswangai, Mabasa, they actually connect very well in a combination where they open space for one another. They're able to find one another with good passes. The movement, the mobility is coordinated. So as a coach, you're looking at that, them as a group instead of just one individual quality.
I've seen Munyani on the right-hand side, Dion Otto also on the left-hand side. What I love is that the understanding between the two. When Dion Otto goes on that overlapping run on the left-hand side, when he does that, one thing with the understanding of a Mufukeng, you'll see Mufukeng drop in there. You'll see that Dlamini will slightly tuck in. And now, what it does to Orlando Pirates up top, it forms that little diamond there, where you'll find a Maswanganyi connecting with Dlamini to Mabasa, and that's the little diamond that I see for Orlando Pirates. Obviously, with the Munyani still continuing down the right-hand side. You spoke about that rest defense. That is something that is working well. Now that you are saying that when the coach looks at this team, he says, okay, I can use Saleng as an impact player. Those two have got a good understanding. But Ama Paganias were crying over the weekend to say, "Ooh, Pusaleng."
They'll see him. They'll see him, sometimes as a player, no matter the quality, but it all depends on the team structure, the complete team structure. And when you speak about that diamond, the coach is basically trying to help these players to keep them within the sight of goal, which is why these players have had a lot of shots at goal, have had a lot of box entries and opportunities created for them.
SuperSport United are not going to be easy. Kevin Hunt, looking at the first round game where they won by 3-1, that is SuperSport United. I want to look at Sia's starting 11 for SuperSport United. Why? Campbell scored 2 goals in that first round game. He was man of the match. Surprise, surprise. Sia Nkosi has left him on the bench.
Yeah, if you could just clear for me, Phumudzo, yeah, and then we can have a look at how SuperSport are going to set up. Grobler up front, up top. Next to Jukamanja, you can't say he's a 10 or a striker, but he's just going to be all over here and also inside the box, Phumudzo. LK operating on the left, Makidikidi, who Gavin seems to like of late on the right, his work rate going all the way and getting behind defenses, with the Elungu just behind him with his pace, especially with against the Hoto and the Mofokeng on the left. Lungu is going to come in handy with his pace. These two here in the center to provide that stability, Phumudzo, that is Ndlovu and Magaman. But Magaman more operating in this position. He likes to bomb forward a lot. He likes to go a lot, and he likes to get also into these positions to provide a ball into the box for Grobler or a Jukamanja. But other than that, it's going basically simple, where they try to work the ball towards the side for the likes of Makitikiti to get to the bar line, Elake with the support from behind to get to the bar line and score and cross, with the Lungu now with an allowance of going all the way up, because the main target is always Bradley Grobler.
No, I have to go back to the tactics, because I've got one question, because you have gone for this side of the pitch being the most important one, and I'm saying the most important one because you have got Lungu playing as a fullback, and you have got Magidigidi and Otto on the other side. Who's winning that battle on the right-hand side? You have converted Lungu from his natural wing position to play as a fullback. Is that influenced by Mofokeng and Otto, and who's winning that battle?
Yes, it could be influenced by that, because Lungu played in that position in the last game, and it did well. They also didn't concede. But the Pirates' combination, that sort of understanding between Otto and Mofokeng is going to be too much for SuperSport.
It's going to be too much for SuperSport.
Yes.
He says, on the left-hand side of Orlando Pirates, the right-hand side of SuperSport United is going to be dominated by Otto and Rilem Mofokeng, even with the adjustment of Lungu going back into that full-back position to try and cope with the pace. Sia, let's look at the danger that Orlando Pirates brings, especially with the 2 10s that you have highlighted. You also spoke about the 6 and the 8 in Bata and Makaula, and you said that is the reason you still leave out team on the bench. Take me through the clip. Yeah,
Pirates are very dangerous with winning the ball back quickly in your own half. We'll see from this clip, as you can see here, Phumudzo, we spoke about this rest defense. These two. Rest defense is about averting or minimizing chances of a counter-attack, and while opening an opportunity for you to quickly create opportunities of yourself. Here they win it back when TS Galaxy tried to play out. And you can see here, Phumudzo, that you saw Monyane tried to go there, but then he decided that, no, it's not on. Then it stays, because that space is neutralized there behind him. Now it continues. You can see where Dlamini is. He's an option, is a 10 now, like we said earlier on. They will now circulate the ball, preserve the ball, and then go to the other side again. But look now where this a 10 now is going to be activated, which is a Dlamini who waited for his opportunity.
And at the bottom of your
picture, still also relevant. He's not out of play. As you can see, with Mabasa now being up top there, just patiently waiting, taking a good position, because he has to open that gap. When you play it, you see, now he's not going further out wide, that is Mofokeng, because he's going to close the space for a potential run from Hoto. Should there not be space for Dlamini to thread it through for Mabasa. But now there is that space, as you can see, Phumudzo, that the space is available behind for Mabasa to run into. And then Dlamini decides, I'm going to play it there. So it's open.
An excellent pass coming from Dlamini, dissecting 4 defenders of TS Galaxy in that moment. But I see the tactical flexibility that he's speaking about between that Maswanganyi and Dlamini role in terms of interchanging roles. I saw a Rile Mufukeng tucking inside, opening the wide channel for Otto to try and use. That is the danger that Orlando Pirates are bringing for you, Coach Gavin Hunt. But Jose Rivero, they are very deadly when it comes to set plays, and that's something that Siyankosi wants to highlight.
You will see here, Phumudzo, SuperSport have always been dangerous when it comes to set pieces. Look how they group up here. They group up just in the penalty spot, and it's very difficult to mark them because they're blocking you as well, 4 players, and then you can see that there's one player here, Makidikiri, and one here, which is Chukamanja, in the first pole. So all areas are covered, but we'll play it. And then Swallows, after a flick, Swallows does well to actually defend it. But then here now comes this man, Phumudzo, in the picture, who was just standing outside. We'll see, we'll play it, because he's going to try and play it inside. Also, they defend it, which now the corner kick is going to be taken again. So, but you gotta switch on.
A short, quick one is played, and that's something that you said you wanted to warn Pirates about. Is like they've got that quick set play that they play, SuperSport.
That's why you gotta switch on. Now look where they are. The players inside now, the box, Phumudzo. You can see
they're spread out.
They're spread out. Look where Bradley Grobler is, where he is going now. Because he can see, Phumudzo, that now the ball is going to be delivered. So he's slowly making his move towards the first pole. And they understand that because the ball is being played back. So they have to now make an aggressive run, as you can see here. And the rest is history. Difficult to mark them. It's a cluster of players, and they are strong in the air. Pirates are going to have to be careful of that, especially in blocking also the crosser of the ball.
Tactical flexibility. The first set play, they group together in the penalty area. That gets clear. They play a quick corner now. They change. The targets are spread out. Bradley Grobler goes to that near post. It's a goal. You have been warned, Jose Rivero. Orlando Pirates at home, last home game of the season. Prediction, please.
It's a 2-1 to Pirates, this one. I think Mabasa is desperate to get another goal. He's going to get one. Another one, Dlamini, you know, he seems to rise to these big occasions of late. And on the other side, I always give Grobler, especially in big games like this, I always give Grobler.
So you are saying Siyankosi 2-1 to Orlando Pirates. You are saying Mabasa is going to increase his tally up top. He's now on 15 goals. He's the leading goal scorer at the moment. Sia says he's going to 16 goals, which in all competition it will become 19. Thank you for coming through to Tactics and Trends here.
You're welcome, man.
Lovely breakdown, as always, from Siyankosi. He has given you the formation, the key players. He have given you reasons why certain players are not starting in the team that he has selected. They will impact the game coming off the bench. He says Orlando Pirates to wrap their home game at home with a win, with Mabasa Saleng scoring, Grobler on the other side. That was Tactics and Trends with the ball. Finally, Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates.